If you don't want my opinion, episode 21, Christmas Miracles, by Carl Marking. This is going to be different from my other podcasts in that it's unscripted and just a memory. It's been a tough year. I feel like America is slipping. I feel like fascism has a grip on our country's soul as I watch innocent people deported to hellacious countries because of the color of their skin in violation of due process, all around the rallying cry of American Christianity. As I record this, 18 years ago today, I agreed to help a woman who had helped me help someone else, and her 9-year-old daughter, who had lost her father due to suicide. They're African American. He served in the military. He came home and couldn't adjust. And while his wife was upstairs in the house with their daughter, he shot himself with a gun. And in a moment, she lost her husband, and she lost her father. She spiraled down into depression, as I understand it. She could barely maintain her life and struggled to keep her house, which had fallen into disrepair, an outward reflection of her inward struggle to survive. And then she met my friend. I don't exactly know how, but my friend had a way of being at the right place at the right moment. In the end, the two of them met, and my friend turned to her friends, explained the situation, and asked if anyone would be willing to help. In total, 12 of us agreed to help a complete stranger and her daughter turn their life around. That looked like taking everything out of their home, which was, as I said, an outward reflection of the inward struggle they were facing, and I'll leave it at that. We put everything on the front lawn, cleaned the entire house from top to bottom, ran out, picked up furniture that had been donated or purchased through kindness, through donations, through funds that had been saved by the family, or money that had been arranged by my friend to help this woman and her daughter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter to any of us. All we knew is that someone needed help. We were being asked to give that help. And in the spirit of Christmas, I guess, as much as anything else, we decided to do it. It was the last Saturday before Christmas. We all could have had different things to do. We all could have had excuses. We all could have said we have last-minute shopping. But we all put a pin in that. And we all helped this person get her life back together. We donated about, I would say, less than 12 hours of our lives, our vehicles, our willingness to help. We took everything out of that house, cleaned it from top to bottom, put it all back together in the hopes that they could put their lives back together as well. It was a simple act of kindness, really, and a symbol for turning things around, for getting rid of the old, for letting go of pain, for embracing the possibility of a new future. I've never looked back. I was doing some research for that 6-part episode on my life with my sister, The Long Way Round, and I came across the emails where, I told friends about how I'd spent my day and sent some pictures and told the high-level story of it all. It just has been on my mind lately. I looked that woman up today, and she has thrived. I found her on socials, and I'll leave it at that out of respect for her privacy. And she, in a summary, just a few weeks ago, in honor of Thanksgiving, told the same story that I had been told that led me to help her. She's since graduated from Harvard, and she's a coach. She's a life coach, she's a corporate coach, and her whole gig is helping people find their way out of tragedy. And I thought how particularly relevant that is for me. I've spent the majority of my life finding my way out of tragedy. And as I have written and will continue to write about that journey, it has been clear to me from the start that if it weren't for strangers or friends who happen to pay attention at just the right moment, just the right time, and give me just the right nudge in just the right direction, I wouldn't be where I am. Faith, my therapist, says statistically, I'm an anomaly. Statistically, I would have ended up in an institution, on the street, a drug addict, or dead by my own hand. But here I am. I had a successful career. I finally found love. And I have a good life. And I'm very grateful for that. And I can hide behind snark and sarcasm in my personal life, because it's sometimes very hard to be grateful. It's all about that vulnerability again. It's hard to be vulnerable. But being vulnerable is strength. I think about this woman who struggled for a couple of years before reaching out for help, and how strong and brave she was to do that. And I found her online, and she has, as I said, thrived. And I would imagine her daughter thrived beside her. She'd be 26, 27 years old now, hopefully living her own life, starting her own family, well into the beginnings of her career. So I just wanted to put that out there as we run up to Christmas on what's been kind of a shit year, full of strife and pain and sorrow, as we watch people ripped from their homes, thrown into what can only be described as gulags, not given their due process, all because of the color of their skin. I'm not a Christian. I'm not sure what exactly I am. And all of the people that I know who showed up that day don't self-identify as Christian either. But the woman that we helped, she believes in a Christian God, and she called us all angels. Who knows? They say God works in mysterious ways. And I guess the 12 of us were one of those mysterious ways. So that's all I have to say. Love your neighbor. Stand up for your neighbor. Stand up for the stranger. Give of yourself. Give of your time. Give of what energy, strength, talent, whatever you have. We've only got this one life, and I don't believe in heaven or hell. But who knows? There's certainly room to be wrong. I don't really do much motivated by either of those two places. I just did what I felt was the right thing to do at that particular moment in time. I was in a place where I was licking a lot of my own wounds. And I find that the time that I spent helping somebody else helped me with my own wounds. It was very transformative, I think, for every one of us there that day. So when you're stuck, when you're feeling lost, the Christmas spirit's around 364 other days a year, too. If you're only worried about keeping Christ in Christmas and not those other 364 days, then you're probably not much of a Christian. So find opportunities and ways to help people who need you, Christian or not. It's the human thing to do. Might be a little woke, but that's the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have done unto you. And I'm so glad I helped that woman and her daughter. And I'm so glad to see that she'd turned her life around and made an absolutely amazing recovery. So, there you go. Have a Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. And try to keep that spirit in your heart the other 364 days of the year, too.